What's up, everybody, and welcome back to TDPHINSTALK, home of the real Miami Dolphin fans. We are live. We got some breaking news coming out of Cleveland. The Browns are looking to trade. They have put Odell Beckham Jr. on the trade block. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, they have placed him on the trade block, and the Miami Dolphins asking how much at this point. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, we're about to talk about this because I need to break some stuff down for y'all. I'm going to explain to y'all why this is a perfect scenario for the Miami Dolphins. I don't know if they would actually pull the trigger on Odell Beckham Jr., but we've already stated, the Dolphins have stated to us a million times, every time a player of his stature comes available, they always make a phone call to find out how much it would take and consider it. Everything is considered in Miami, and that's what a good GM does. But I am going to talk to y'all about why this is a massive opportunity for the Dolphins that they shouldn't pass on. This should be greatly considered. I just did all the research I needed to do that told me this is an opportunity for Miami to take advantage of, man. I'm going to break that down in a second. Before we get started, man, y'all hit that like button, trying to get 200 likes on every video. Make sure you check me out on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Sportscast30, and DolphinsTalk.com. Make sure you find my content over there as well. Subscribe to TD Fans Talk or all of those platforms. Thank you to the Patreon members who donate on a monthly basis. All of you who donate via Cash App, PayPal, Super Chat when we're live like we are now. Appreciate your love and support. Shout out to the Mod Squad, always holding it down, doing it big. I appreciate y'all. Love y'all, man. I ain't going to make y'all wait. Y'all hit that like button. I'm not going to make y'all wait. We got to talk about this, okay? First, let's talk about Odell Beckham. Let's talk about Odell Beckham Jr. Now, I know some of y'all, go get him. Some of y'all, oh, we don't need him. Listen to everything I have to say and then make a decision on what you think the Dolphins should do in this situation. Listen to it, okay? First, let me break it down. Odell Beckham Jr., superstar coming into this league. First 3 years in the NFL, went to the Pro Bowl. Ballin'! But ladies and gentlemen, the last 3 years, he has not made a Pro Bowl. He has not made a Pro Bowl. I'm painting a picture here, y'all, okay? I'm painting a picture. We're going to talk about every facet of this. And the conclusion I came up with, Miami, please consider this, okay? In 2014, as a rookie, 91 receptions, 1,305 yards, 12 touchdowns. Ballin'! Right? Shout out to the homie Mace Taggart with the donation. Said, come up on my platform, big dog. Hey, Mace, hit me up, bro. Hey, listen, man, I'm an open book. Anybody that asks me to come on their platform, I'm there, bro. Hit me up, man. Hit me up, bro. Instagram messaging is the best way to hit me up because I got the notifications on. A lot of people hit me up in email, and I get like 200 of them a day. So it might be a week before you get responded to on email. So hit me up via Instagram, bro. Just say, hey, can you collab with me? Just do that, all right? But I appreciate the donation, homie. All right, year number 2, New York Giants. 96 receptions, 1,450 yards. 13 touchdowns. Ballin'! 2016, 101 receptions, 1,367 yards, 10 touchdowns. Ballin'! Last year with the Giants, only 25 receptions, 302 yards, and 3 touchdowns. Let's put it into perspective. He only played 4 games. That's a quarter of the season. If he stayed on that trajectory, I could multiply that by 4. He would have had 100 receptions, 1,200 yards, and 12 touchdowns. Ballin'! But that's where injuries strike as well. And shout out to the homies dropping donation, man. I want to make sure I hit all y'all. Cruising 26 said Giants getting Odell back. I don't know, man. We'll see. We shall see. Shout out to my brother, y'all. My homie Taz Haitian Canes, man. It's all about the you, baby. Shout out to my brother. He said, keep up the amazing work, fam. Love you, man. I can't wait till one day we all can link back up, man. Me, you, Bree, Andre, Matt, Steve, all of us, man. We got to do something, man. We're going to plan something, man. We'll get it together. Love you, though, bro. Can't wait to see you again. Man. All right, yeah, let's continue, y'all. Let's continue. So then he plays another year with the Giants after the injury. He plays 12 games. Okay, now he's 3/4 of the season, 77 yards, 77 receptions, 1,052 yards. So if he about 103 receptions and about 1,400 yards and 9 touchdowns. Balling when he was on the field for the Giants, he was balling. Then they had their drama. Between injuries and issues in New York, they had their drama, and they shipped him off to Cleveland. Where the very first year in Cleveland, which was 2019, where he got his big deal, okay, with the Giants. He signed a contract extension for 5 years, $95 million. He played 16 games, 74 receptions, his lowest receptions at that point in his career healthy, and 1,035 yards was his lowest yardage healthy per, with 4 touchdowns, which is his by far lowest touchdown total. The new scenery did not do him well. Wasn't balling, but was still better than 85% of the NFL. All right? Now, you fast forward to this year. They are not happy. They don't feel like the $18 million a year is worth it. 3 receptions yesterday for 22 yards and 0 touchdowns. They put him on a trade block. Well, TD, he's digressing. Why would we want him? And the man makes $18 million a year. Slow your roll. That's why I'm here, y'all. That's why I'm here to paint the picture, ladies and gentlemen. That's why I'm here to help y'all understand what's really going on. The man makes on average $18 million a year. This year, he has a cap hit of $14,250,000. This is when you go get him. Why? Because the way his contract is structured, guess what? Odell Beckham Jr. has 0 guaranteed money next year. After this year, he has got all his guaranteed money. He has 0 cap hit. 0 cap, dead cap. So the reason why I say the Miami Dolphins should bring him in is because if you did bring him in this year, which the Giants have to pay a portion of his contract, the Browns would have to pay a portion of that contract. And then you have an opportunity to sit Odell Beckham down. Because listen, ladies and gentlemen, what y'all have to understand is the reason why they're trying to trade him now, we're going to talk about that cancer and bad influence. We're going to talk about that last. But I want y'all to follow me real quick. This $18 million ain't relevant because Odell Beckham next year is not going to be making $18 million a year. Whoever trades for Odell, well, first off, let's say Odell isn't traded. The Cleveland Browns may cut Odell Beckham next year. They know somebody's going to trade for him, but they're going to end up cutting him next year. They lose 0 money. The man got 3 years left after this year on his contract, making $15 million a year each year, but they're not on the books for it. He already made all his guaranteed money. So the Browns may end up cutting him. So right now, let me tell you why this would be an idea to bring him in. If you brought him in now, you got first dibs on restructuring his contract. Because think about it. Next year, Odell Beckham ain't worth no more than $9-10 million a year with his declining performance. And that value is solely off of his reputation, his high-profile name. He's only going to be worth about $9 to $10 million a year. So whoever brings him in on a trade, they're going to have an opportunity to bring him in and restructure his deal and make it friendly for them. You mean to tell me you wouldn't bring Odell Beckham in on a 4-year, $40 million deal, ladies and gentlemen? $10 million per. Guarantee about $22 million, so you're only on the hook for about 2 years. You wouldn't bring Odell Beckham in for a 4-year, $40 million deal. That's what the trade is about for Odell, because he has no guaranteed money after this year. No guaranteed money after this year. So whoever gets him, they're going to be trying hard to renegotiate his deal and lock him down for a few years. So TD, let's talk about performance on the field. Why would you want this man in Miami? Because we have the best wide receiving core in the entire NFL. Devontae Parker, Preston Williams, Odell Beckham Jr., and all the reserves. Do you know what this receiving core would look like if you had a healthy Devontae Parker, Preston Williams, and Odell Beckham on the field? No secondary in the NFL will be able to contend. No secondary in the league will be able to contend. And I'm not all into the, you don't need a drama queen. At this point, Odell Beckham has to realize, with this amount of years into the league, 6 years into the league, I could literally be on a major decline. I need to get my act together. I need to recuperate my reputation. And who better to do that than Brian Flores? Who would be better to do that than Brian Flores? This would be a massive opportunity. Do y'all not see the lineup on the field? And it ain't about Ryan Fitzpatrick. You're making this move for Tua Tagovailoa. Tua Tagovailoa, Devontae Parker, Preston Williams, Odell Beckham Jr., Mike Gesicki, Jakeem Grant. Are you kidding me? Y'all wouldn't want to see that? Are y'all kidding me? Y'all passing on that? Shout out to Arkeep Music, said Flores will whip him into shape. And that's the beautiful thing. If he act up, you cut him this year and you lose no money going forward. Because he has no guarantees. He has no guarantees after this year. I can't believe it. Some of y'all are saying, no. Oh my gosh. This is an opportunity. And not only that, if a guy gets hurt, you're straight. Look at what we're dealing with Parker now. If a guy gets hurt, any one of those guys go down, you're still one of the best wide receiving core in the league. This ain't for Ryan Fitzpatrick. Imagine Tua Tagovailoa coming into this NFL with the great O-line with pass protection, weapons galore, and speedy Matt Breida and Myles Gaskins and Howard pounding it in at the goal line. You just replicated what this kid had in Alabama. You're making him feel like he's at home. You don't pass on this opportunity. Oh my gosh. This is an opportunity to this offense. That player right there, if you put Tua Tagovailoa in the game and add Odell Beckham. No, man. No. See, this ain't no Baker Mayfield. Tua Tagovailoa ain't no Baker. Tua Tagovailoa. Stop, Sam. Y'all got to pay attention. Y'all talk about no way with his salary. I just explained the salary situation. Anybody who trades for Odell is going to be restructuring his deal because he probably will be cut by the Browns after this year. They're not going to pay this man $16 million a year with his declining production. That's why they're putting him on the trade block now. And next year he has zero dead cap. The Browns know, a lot of teams are going to be looking at this because next year he has 0 dead cap. They get to bring him in now to see how it works. And if it works, they can restructure his deal. If it doesn't work, they can cut him and never lose a thing. The Browns are smart in this too. This is the perfect scenario where you actually can trade him. Somebody's going to take, man, half the league is probably looking like, man, this is a no-lose situation. This is a no-lose situation. Even if it didn't work out, we're not on the hook for that big contract because all the guaranteed money has already been paid. That's what y'all got to understand. All the guaranteed money is done. It's already paid. This is the last year he gets a little bit of guaranteed money. Next year, no debt, 0 dead cap. This man is on the contract 2021, 2022, 2023, and all 3 years have 0 dead cap. A team could cut him easily if they needed to get up out of that contract or trade him. He's going to maintain trade value. Shout out to the homie Steve Sylvain said, would love to see Odell into a connection. Fitz and Odell is a no-go. This ain't about, see, the reason why I would love for this to happen, because this isn't about Fitz. Now let's talk about the real subject of it all. Let's talk about the elephant in the room. What would it take to trade for Odell Beckham Jr.? What would y'all give up for Odell Beckham Jr.? What would y'all give up? Y'all got to understand, this man has produced every single season in his career. Every single season. We balk at his last year production, but it's better than 90% of the league. His last year's production, which was 74 receptions, 1,035 yards, and 4 touchdowns, is still better than 90% of the league. And that was a bad year for him. A bad year for him. Somebody said they give up Preston. No, sir. This is all about draft capital for Miami. That's what we stacked it up for. That's what we stacked it up for. Let me tell y'all what you should be able to get for Odell Beckham. A great trade is giving up a 4th-round pick. If you have to give a little more, you give up a 3rd-round pick. You see if a 3rd-round pick can get it done. This situation does not favor the Browns, ladies and gentlemen. He will become a free agent next year because they would have to cut him if they found no trade partner. Because if they don't want him anymore and that price tag is too much, and if this team keeps losing and they're not getting it done, they are not going to maintain all those high salaries. They are not going to maintain those high salaries. So I would actually consider something like a 4th rounder and Isaiah Ford. A 4th. See, Preston Williams, I wouldn't give up Preston Williams. That's a young guy making minimal money who can give you 2nd-round value production, in my opinion. That's my opinion. That's the elephant in the room. If somebody called Cleveland right now and said, we give you a 2nd, he's already shipped out. But I would make phone calls if I was Chris Greer and say, would a 4 get it done? And if not, I really have to consider a 3rd. It's not in the favor of the Browns, y'all. What did we trade Landry for? What did we get for Landry? What did we trade Landry for? A 4th? What did we trade Landry for? Was it a 4th-round pick? GD, they are not an OBJ away from a Super Bowl. I didn't say that. Alexander. This ain't about just the Super Bowl. This is about Tua Tagovailoa and the offense, the weapons around him to help this kid be successful and thrive in this league. We still got work to do on that defensive box, that front 7, to be talking about a Super Bowl. I get that. You're right. We're not an OBJ away from a Super Bowl, but we certainly are an OBJ away from having one of the most explosive offenses in the NFL with Devontae Parker. Like, just imagine Devontae Parker and Preston Williams running go routes all day, and you put Odell in the slot eating on whatever bum guarding him. Oh, my God. Just imagine Odell in the slot on cover two. And Devontae and Preston just running downfield. Two guys taking two safeties with them. Because if one safety don't go with them, whoever the quarterback is, throw it up and Devontae and Preston go eat. Two guys taking away four people in the cover two. What you think Odell doing in the middle of the field at that point? Man, this would be massive. If I was the Dolphins, I would really be considering this, man. Now, his behavior, character, and this and that and this, that's where coaching comes in. That's on Flores. That's on Brian Flores. Ladies and gentlemen, the only reason that I'm even taking this stance, this is all about Tua Tagovailoa. I don't even want to talk to people about Ryan Fitzpatrick anymore. I'm so done with that. The man can come out and give me 50 touchdowns Sunday and 0 picks. I don't care. I'm done with that. Thanks for the win, Fitz. We know you had it in you, but I'm done with that. I'm done with that. This is all about Tua Tagovailoa at this point. Setting up the best team that we possibly can so that when that kid gets his first snap in the NFL, he got everything he needs around him. Don't do him like Tannehill. Don't do that man like Ryan Tannehill. Set him up the right way. And I'm telling y'all now, man, I don't care what y'all say. Like I said, Odell Beckham, Preston Williams, Devontae Parker, Mike Gesicki, Matt Breida. Oh, my God. Tua Tagovailoa in the shotgun. Matt Breida on his left hip. Mike Gesicki, Devontae, Odell, Preston. Man, come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. Come on. Come on. You mean to tell me all four of them guys on the field with Matt Breida coming out of the backfield, nobody on every play, we ain't got at least one person dominating their matchup? On every single play, at least one person dominating their matchup. Man, let me get a gauge from y'all real quick, man. Put it in the comment section. Would you make a deal like this or not? Yes or no? Just put a yes or no so I can understand. Put yes or put no in the comment section. Would you make a trade like this? Breida G, my brother, says, so you feel like Flores can control the guy? Absolutely. And if he can't, deuces. No guaranteed money, no cap hit, no dead cap after this year. That's why you do it now. You get a gauge on what he's going to do for 15 weeks with you. How is he as a pro? Do I feel like I could? Matter of fact, when he comes in, be an ASS to him and put pressure on him. Criticize him. Get all in him. See how he's going to react and see when he does react, can I dial that in or is he a loose cannon? You got 15 more weeks to figure out whether you want to go with it long term or not. And you take a 4th round risk. You may say, no, this ain't for us after the season. We're going to trade him because he's still going to have trade value. He's still going to have trade value. You give up a 4th now, truth be told, in our offense, he might thrive again. And at the end of the season, you might get a 2nd. He might ball out under Ryan Fitzpatrick. And you might even get a profit on your investment by the end of the season if you decide that this ain't a good idea for you. Because the way our offense set up, he's going to eat. He's going to eat. Balls are going to be thrown even if he's not open. He's going to eat. You can't lose in this situation. You got 15 whole weeks to determine is he a good fit as a character and as a player in your organization. Anybody who makes this trade, it's in your favor. Literally, week 16, you decide, you know what? His attitude is bad or he's just too much maintenance. Put him on a trade block. You're going to get a deal done. Worst case scenario, you gave up a fourth and you bring back a fifth. Maybe that. I don't know. Man. Because what's going to happen is you end up having a team like the New England Patriots that bring him in, restructure his deal, and he's going to be eating in the AFC East. And we're going to be sitting here talking about, man, we could have went and got him. Belichick got the man for a fifth rounder. We're going to be like, whoever makes the trade, if they come back that they got him for a fifth rounder, all the Dolphins fans, oh my gosh, they got him for a fifth. They got him for a fourth. And then if he go off eating somewhere in the AFC East, we're going to be sitting here talking about, man, we should have took an opportunity. We ain't going to say it until we getting beat up on when he play us. You don't know. You don't know. Oh, there's multiple reports out right now. He on the trade block. And Miami already made it clear. They look into every single player that's available and they consider it. But you know what the main question is, how much? Believers Talk, shout out to you, homie. He said, nope, no one would trade for him next year if he doesn't make it work. See, the difference is, what's the definition of making it work? Well, can't get it to work out. What's the definition of getting it to work out? If the Miami Dolphins bring him in and he put up 1,200 yards, but we don't like his character, nobody's going to trade for him? Nobody gonna pick those 1,200 yards up if he can guarantee that he'll restructure a deal with them? Nobody's going to do that? Come on, man. You always – okay, another thing. The reason why you have a guarantee that he'll get traded, because you also always have a team that got to sell tickets. You know the bottom feeders, the trash teams of the league that ain't going to win anyway? You always got those teams that got to sell tickets anyway. Y'all know the people who do that. You know the ones that'll do that. You always got the teams that want to sell tickets. Oh, we brought in Odell. Fan base energized again. Hey, y'all still finna suck. He gonna be an issue. But they're energized again. You always got those teams. Every year you got about 8 teams that will bring in somebody overpaid just to satisfy the fan base and sell tickets. Guaranteed. This man is Odell Beckham Jr. His trade value is going to always be there. On his down years, he's better than 95% of the league. The man had a terrible year last year, put up 1,035 yards. Easy. I'm telling y'all, man, and the last thing I want to do is regret not actually taking advantage of this opportunity. So you're saying Miami is that bottom feeder team? No, you're missing it. We will put ourselves in the driver's seat, Bree. We would put ourselves in the driver's seat to determine if he's the good fit or not. And if we feel like he's not a good fit, but he's still producing numbers, the team that trades after that is that bottom feeding team. And hey, Believers Talk, you're making it look even better, bro. He said he only caught 53% of passes that went his way. Teams that get him try to force feed him. Exactly. Do you know how many that you're making the point why great teams should pick him up? Because they won't force feed him and that percentage will go up. They'll actually give it to him when he's open instead of force feed him. I agree with that 53%. They throw it his way just to see if he'll, bail him out and make a miracle, which is unfair to the receiver. You know how many teams looking at Odell? He caught 53% of his balls last year. But when I look at the film, come on, man, you put this guy in the right situation. You're not making him the primary, have to bail us out all the time. He's gonna eat and his numbers are gonna flourish. That's the problem when you make that big money. You start to become the guy who get the ball thrown to in double coverage just to see if you can bail him out on a 3rd and 9 at the end of the game, and it's making your stats go down. And then they got the excuse of that's what we pay you for. That's what we pay you for. Somebody said $5, he's going to the Rams. Listen, this man fits good teams and trash teams. Trash teams, he going to sell tickets and they're going to be happy even if they ain't winning. Good teams, they can literally take pressure off of him. That's why he belongs in Miami. Because think about it. In Cleveland, they already know him and Landry. Make sure you stop them, and then we'll live with the others. But in Miami, you would have to pick your poison. Devontae, Preston, and Odell, and Gesicki. You're going to relieve pressure on 2 guys. Whatever one the defense wants to choose to take, the other ones are going to eat. Imagine the jersey sales of OBJ and Tua combined. Man, even the politics of it, the financials of it. Yeah, oh my gosh. If Odell came here, people would be like, man, Tua need to start. And then people ain't gonna, come on, man. Come on, man. I take the risk. If we can wait, if we can spend a second on Josh Rosen, I spend a 4th on Odell Beckham. Maybe that should be a good point to everybody. But what I don't want to see, what I'd be heated about, breaking news, Odell Beckham traded to the New England Patriots. Odell Beckham to the New England Patriots. That weak offense will be better than Baltimore. Cam Newton out there running the option and then actually can throw the ball, unlike Lamar. Man. Shout out to the homie on Archive Music with the donation said 5 receiver set would be dangerous. Man, 4 receiver set would be dangerous. 3 receiver set would be dangerous. 3 receiver set, Mike Gesicki at the tight end, Matt Breida in the backfield, in the shotgun. Come on, bro. That's nasty. How do you game plan that? Real talk. How do you game plan that? Especially if it's Tua and he get to being surgical like he was in Alabama. How do you game plan against that? Can anybody in the comment section tell me how do you game plan against Preston Williams, Devontae Parker, Odell Beckham, Mike Gesicki, Matt Breida, Tua in the shotgun? How would you game plan for that? You know it's a good chance he's going to the Patriots, TD. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna sit here and lie to y'all. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. To me, he's favorite to go to New England. Do you know that the New England Patriots has the highest cap space next year in the NFL? Right now, they have the most cap space. Right now, he actually is favorite to go to New England. And knowing New England, they'd be like, let me see you in the 5th. I'm going to take this money off your hands. Don't want to do it, but I'm going to do it. And that's what you don't want. They already ain't got no receivers out there, but they already making it work. Cam going to be surgical in that option. Going to be breaking Odell on slants all day. Odell in Miami just isn't good for either party. Why not? Why not, Bree? Why is Odell Beckham not good for Miami? Is it just the character piece of it? Because as a player, I don't see why he's not good. The financials, I don't see why it ain't good, because after this year, you restructure that deal. Is it solely just the character thing that's bothering you? Man. How many passing TDs did Cam throw against you guys? New England does not have the passing game figured out. Dolphins and Bills, two of the best secondaries of the game. That's 4 games. I agree, but that's more reason why they would want to bring in Odell Beckham, because they don't have the passing game figured out. And you got to have some good receivers against Miami and Buffalo's secondary. You have to. All they got to me is your boy Edelman. Way too much distraction in Miami. Let's not forget the party boat. Man, y'all be living on people's past, man. My brother said I didn't read his paid comment. He wanted his money back. I didn't know you sent one, man. Let me see that. I didn't know you sent one, man. You're gonna have to text it to me what you said, man, so I can say it. At Breed, the player in a bubble. We ain't gotta worry about that. Yes, man, I ain't worried about that at all with Odell Beckham. You are way overrating OBJ. Bro, the man produces. The man produces. Okay, let's say I am overrating him. Let's say I am overrating OBJ. His career is better than 90% of the players in the NFL. Is that overrating him? His career so far and continues to be better than 90% of the league. Is that overrating him? Come on, man. Come on, man. Imagine Parker and OBJ swapping tips. And then on top of it, y'all keep forgetting the fact that our number 1 receiver keeps going down. Our top receiver keeps going down. Come on, y'all. Believers Talk said Odell isn't out partying anymore. He is inside eating. It is what it is, man. I'm just reporting. I'm just giving y'all the reports that came out. And I'm telling y'all, I would do this for Tua Tagovailoa. Give that kid every single weapon that he has to his disposal when he gets his first start. And I believe that first start is coming real soon. Really soon. I believe that first start is coming really soon. I'm going to tell y'all like this. You might see Tua Tagovailoa starting against the Jacksonville Jaguars. This might be a repeat of what happened last year. Fitz came out 2 games, was trash. So trash that they let Rosen play. He couldn't hold on to it after 2.5 games, and they put Fitz back in. Why would the same scenario not happen? Buffalo's defense is a tough defense. Trust me, if Fitz plays well, he has to give one of his best performances. It's possible he has it in him. Fitz has what it takes in him to beat Buffalo. But I'm going to be honest with y'all. I'm actually happy that Buffalo has a really good defense. Because at this point, get mad at me all you want. I want them to give Fitzpatrick hell. And if he rises above that hell, I'll step back a little. But if he don't, I want to see Tua Tagovailoa Thursday Night Football in front of the whole world starting. Matter of fact, it will be the perfect come out party because the whole world gets to watch you in the first game in the NFL. Not just a one game on Sunday where everybody's playing, but the whole world is watching you on Thursday night, and you got a chance to put them on notice and say, Tua Tagovailoa has arrived. I'm going to be honest, ain't no better coming out party. Because if that kid comes out on the Thursday night, balls out, and leads us to a victory over Jaguars, even though it's the Jaguars, he's going to be the talk of every single sports network there is. And that's how you start his career. That's how you start his career. And I would bring in OBJ and have all the weapons he needs around him and let people know this Dolphin team is going to be dangerous, remember? And this is what they're going to do. They're going to forgive us about the week 1 loss to the Patriots. They're going to say, don't forget, that was Ryan Fitzpatrick under center with the Patriots. Now they've started Tua Tagovailoa. He's out here making miraculous plays, balling out. They've added OBJ. You know what? People will be picking us to go to the playoffs after he come out, ball out on a Thursday night, even against the sorry Jags, who actually won their first game. Facts. And then Seattle got to come to us. The kid got 10 days to prepare. And he beats Russell Wilson. Oh, they really going to be talking up. San Francisco, that's starting off a little shaky. Oh, they really going to be talking it up. But all of that hinges on if the kid is who everybody said he was. We don't know. We got to see. We got to see. We got to see. At this point, there is no reason for him to be sitting there on that bench learning from Ryan Fitzpatrick. I want to know if he a franchise quarterback now rather than later. Now rather than later. Somebody said, now you're dreaming, TD. I am. I am. You're right. I'm dreaming. Dreams come true, bro. Dreams come true. Dreams come true. And all y'all talk about stop dreaming. Y'all need to exercise a little ambition in your life. Everybody should have dreams. Tighten up, man. Stop dreaming. A guy can dream. A guy can hope. And I'm dreaming and I'm hoping that that's exactly what happens. Turd Ferguson, TD, you're 110% wrong. Keep Fitz out there as long as possible. Y'all done lost y'all mind. What is the benefit of keeping Fitz out there as long as possible? Maybe as long as possible is actually giving him a whole new deal after this season and having him start for the next 2 or 3 years as well. Is that as long as possible too? Y'all ridiculous, man. Y'all ridiculous. You know what entertains me about it? What y'all scared of? What y'all scared of? Tua Tagovailoa is good enough to duplicate what Russell Wilson did his rookie year. I believe it. What was Russell? A 4th round pick or something like that? Tua Tagovailoa is good enough to do exactly what Russell Wilson did his rookie year. Y'all don't believe in that? The man had a trash O-line. That's why it's entertaining to me of how much some of y'all want to coddle him. No, don't put him out there. I think you're just scared. You're so nervous that it won't work out. Because there's no reason not to be playing him. Unless he's just not good. Unless he's just not good. That's why I scratch my head. I've been scratching my head for the last 2 days. Flores, man, talk to us. Is Tua just not good enough? Russell Wilson can do it, but our quarterback can't. I'm just curious. Yeah, and I can't even read that on my watch. I honestly think Flores, oh man, it went too fast. Let me see if I can read that comment. I honestly think Flores just doubts himself and isn't sure what to do. Man, I hope that's not the case. Russell Wilson is also one of the best QBs alive. Is Tua? There ain't no debate that Russell Wilson is one of the best QBs alive. Is Tua one of the best QBs alive? I'm just curious. Because I don't understand the hypocrisy. You say he the greatest thing since sliced bread, then what we waiting on? What we waiting on? What are we waiting on? Trying to figure that out. Watch Odell Beckham get paid to trade to the Patriots. I think Flores is being strategic and waiting for the right time is all. I think that right time is Thursday night versus the Jags. Prime time, in front of the world. Russ had a top running back in defense his rookie year. Savion, you need to understand something. Russell Westbrook had a top running back, and that don't mean I'm not saying Marshawn Lynch ain't it. He is. But the key for Seattle when Russell Wilson was a rookie, every play they ran, they had 7 or 8 guys on the line of scrimmage. 7 or 8 guys in the line of scrimmage. If it was play action, they doubled every single man that was coming to rush the quarterback, keeping him clean. And they still had a hard time doing that. And with that 8-man line of scrimmage, they also created beautiful, massive rushing lanes for Marshawn Lynch. And when you got 8 men on the line of scrimmage, you don't have defenders that can do square up tackles with a beast like Marshawn Lynch. So they're always reaching the tackle, and he's so strong that the reach tackles, he's brushing off. You didn't see many Marshawn Lynch defensive stops where they were trying to one-on-one just wrap him up. Every single tackle attempt on Marshawn Lynch on the 8-man line of scrimmage was reaching to grab him, got his arm, and he brushes you off because he's powerful. That's an advantage, having a heavy offensive line. Go watch the games. 7, 8 guys on the offensive line on every single play. Do you know that over 50% of passing plays for Russell Wilson, only 2 guys went out on the route? Only 2 guys went out on the route. Heavy offensive line, play action, only 2-man route. They protected him at all costs and ran the ball. And yes, they had a good defense. Very good defense. But that's what we're building for. But at the same token, that ain't got nothing to do with the quarterback back there. The good defense went into them winning more games. Just because our defense isn't solidified yet, that has nothing to do with what's happening on offense. The good defense just helped them win more games. So don't say a quarterback had a good defense. The defense doesn't matter for him outside of winning more games or making games more winnable. But it has nothing to do with what they do on offense. How he had 26 touchdowns his rookie year. That's good. That's really good. That's really good. He was throwing that rock on play action, one-on-one. Guys down the field. Everybody worried about the run because they got 8-man line of scrimmages. 8-man line of scrimmages. Seattle does it to this day. Until they're behind and then the shotgun spreading it out, they do it to this day. Go watch a Seattle game. 7, 8 guys on the line of scrimmage. Power run. They throw out of 8 guys on the line of scrimmage and send 2 guys on the route. Simple, man. But back to the topic at hand. Why my guy can't be as good as Russell Wilson his rookie year? He's just as talented, is he not? Does Tua not have just as much talent as Russell Wilson? Come on, y'all. Wilson ran for almost 500 yards his rookie year, 2012. Once again, Dr. Green Thumb, why you think that is? When you got a 4-man rush and you got guys going deep downfield, dragging the secondary backwards and backwards, you got a 4-man rush against him and 8 guys on the line of scrimmage, you got every lane you want to take off and run. Think about that. 4 guys rushing the quarterback or 5 guys rushing the quarterback, and you got 8 blockers. You're going to have all kind of lanes to run. You back to pass, half the D-line getting double teamed. You got every lane, and don't let it be a play action where they fake the hand out and he roll out. You know how many times Russell Wilson rolled out in 8-man protection and the whole half of the field, nobody was there, and he out there by himself just running? Go look at it. It's easy to scramble when you got 8 blockers against 4 or 5 defenders coming at you. It's easy to get through those holes. Seattle don't run 5-man offensive lines and 5 rushers and he taking off and getting out. No. Some of those guys, the left tackle and the right tackle have help on every play. They're double teaming the defensive ends on every play. Go look at the scheme they run. It's perfect. It's perfect for what they're doing. It's perfect. Nah, their line sucks bad. And that's the crazy part. You got a point. And they still sucked, but it still made life easier. Imagine if they went with the traditional 5-man protection. Oh my gosh, Russell Wilson would have looked like Ryan Tannehill to start his career. But go look at the film. It was 7- and 8-man protection on almost every single play. All you got to do, just go to 2012 Russell Wilson highlights. And every single play they snap the ball, before they snap the ball, go count how many guys are on the offensive line. Soon as they snap the ball, see how many tight ends go out to catch a pass and see how many stay to block. Worst case scenario, they're going to have 6 guys blocking. Because their O-line was trash, but they put double tight end sets. That's what you're supposed to do. That's how you protect. Another thing, go look at the Miami Dolphins film from this week. I got to keep it 100. Our O-line played exceptionally well. But guess what? Ryan Fitzpatrick has 6- and 7-man protections on a lot of those plays. That's what I was excited about with Chan Gailey's offense. He had 6- and 7-man protections on almost every single play. Go look at it. And Ryan Fitzpatrick took 1 sack that he created himself. 6- and 7-man protection. The defensive ends for the Patriots got doubled on almost every single play. Go look at the film. We looked at it yesterday, but I noticed that watching film too. And that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to make sure your quarterback has an opportunity to see the field and make great decisions. Unfortunately, even with protection, our quarterback didn't make great decisions. But when you go back and watch the film of the Dolphins game, on every play, when that ball is snapped, I want you to count how many offensive linemen are sitting there blocking, or tight ends or running backs. They kept 6- and 7-man protection this game. That's what you're supposed to do, man. That's how you protect your quarterback and give him an opportunity to be successful. Russell Wilson's had that in his entire career. Entire career, man. Hey, Ricky, B. Jones is Minka 2.0. I like what the O-line did Sunday. Yes, but y'all got to understand that was because they dedicated more into the protection. They dedicated more into the protection. TD, what about Byron Jones? Had a very solid day. Think his PFF rating was above average. He only gave up one reception, and he was draped all over the guy, tackled immediately. And outside of that, I don't even think he was targeted once. Xavier Howard also had a good day. The problem is Xavier Howard didn't even play 50% of the snaps, ladies and gentlemen. He didn't even play half of the defensive snaps. I know we don't notice that because nobody kind of went his way, but he didn't even play more than 50% of the snaps. Some of these guys' snap counts are going to increase over time. They're laboring a few injuries. Our QB had the only TD for our offense again. But check out, that's our QB's fault. He held everybody else back from getting touchdowns. Shout out to Mike, the milkman, with the donation. He said, it's official. We got OBJ for a second and Eric Rowe. Oh, man. That would be crazy. Just out the blue. There was Xavier Howard shadow anybody? No, Xavier Howard, I believe, stays on his side of the field, from my understanding. He stays on his side of the field. Fitz played good. Oh. Fitz played good. Dolphins D sucked. Rogers, man, you ain't watching. Bro, go watch the film study I did yesterday. I'm not going to go back and forth. I already told y'all yesterday, I'm not going back and forth on whether Fitz played good. He played like trash. Go watch the film study I did yesterday. I went live. It's about an hour video. We broke down all the plays Fitz had, and the man played like trash. And matter of fact, yesterday in Brian Flores' press conference, after he watched the film, he said it out of his own mouth. We just didn't make plays. We missed a lot of guys who were open and ready to make something happen. We missed a lot of opportunities in that game. Flores said it out of his own mouth. But just go check the film, because I don't want to hear this old Fitz played well. Man, see, that's the problem. Fitz throw the ball 50 times, and because his 20 completions, it looked like he was moving the ball. Boy, y'all be getting blindsided. This man was making improper reads the whole game. The pass interference was an improper read. He should have never threw it. Luckily, it was a pass interference. And don't give me he threw it because he knew he could draw the pass interference. Not if you got Jakeem Grant wide open coming across the middle for the first and more. Kills me, man. TD, more weapons for Tua will build his confidence when he starts next game. I agree, man. I agree. Trust me, I agree. What's up with you, Sean Jones? I see you, homie. What's up with you, man? Fitz looked like he didn't want to be there, like he had a doctor's appointment. He had no fire, no leadership. Man, if we're doing this much Fitz talk, can we talk at all about the run defense? Yeah, we do need to talk about the run defense. I want to see if y'all, because I know some of y'all watch film. What was the main issue with the run defense? What do y'all think? Put it in the comment section. I want to see if we're on the same page. What was the main issue with the run defense? I already know what some people are going to say, and they're wrong, in my opinion. Good job, Mike. Mike hit it right away. Mike got it right away. The problem with the run defense was pretty much the defensive ends. Somebody said defensive tackles to be exact. No, sir. No, sir. No, sir. It was the defensive ends. Cam Newton had the ball ran out of the RPO, run pass option. Our defensive ends made the wrong decisions all day. Our defensive ends made the wrong decisions all day. It's that simple. Every time Cam put it in the running back's chest, when he poured it out, the defensive end was headed towards the running back. Do you know how many times Cam had free releases around the corner and nobody there? Defensive end made the wrong decision. It's football one-on-one. If you get stuck into a situation where you don't know, you have to contain the outside. Force them to take the inside because it's closest to your help. All day, our defensive ends took the inside. Cam just pulled the ball at the perfect time and ate our defensive ends up all day. Shaq and Emmanuel Ogbah were making the wrong decisions. They were not setting the edge. They did not set the edge on the RPO. You always pick the quarterback if you don't see that he ain't let that ball go. You always pick the quarterback because if you're wrong, if you pick the quarterback and you're wrong, the running back is still on the inside of you, closest to your help defense. They kept guessing so that they could make a big play. We never set the edge. We never secured the edge. Too many things bounced out around. Too many. And if you ask me, we clogged the middle a little too much. We clogged the middle a little too much. This was a perfect situation, in my personal opinion, in an RPO. You're supposed to run all three nose tackles in the middle. Raekwon Davis needs to be in a zero technique. And you have Godchild and Wilkins on his side. And you have Emmanuel Ogbah and Shaq Lawson or Van Noy, because he didn't even have all the snaps, on the outside. 5-man line of scrimmage. You let the DN set the edge, but what you're supposed to do is have your two linebackers offset of the defensive ends. You don't worry about the linebackers in the middle of the field. They need to be right there on those tight ends. The linebackers are supposed to be lined up right there. It's almost like man-to-man of a double tight end set. Right shade on the inside of the defensive ends. And some people, but you'll be exposed in the middle. You got Raekwon Davis, Devon Godchild, and Christian Wilkins, all three in the middle. Ain't no exposing. But we continue to have a 4-man rush. We weren't even in the 3-4, y'all. We were a 4-man rush. 4-man down. I would have had all three of them nose tackles clogging that middle, the two ends on the outside with the linebackers on the shade on the inside, lined up right in front of the tight ends, so that if the tight end's out on the pass, you're right man-to-man on coverage, and if they're there to block, you're literally trying to fill that area. You're literally trying to fill that area. No, we didn't get OBJ, Jermaine, but you know we asking to see how much. Might be too much. Because let me tell you something. If you're going to put that much money into the secondary, If you're going to pay all that money into the secondary, what are we worried about? And let me tell you another thing on defense that was an issue. The slot receiver was being guarded by the safety, Bobby McCain. Every time Julian Edelman went in the slot and came across the middle of the field, Bobby McCain was already out of position. He had to come downhill and make that tackle every single time. And it was always him making that tackle. So you know it's his guy. But the way your defensive alignment is, and that's not on Bobby McCain, he's just in his formation. You can't have the slot being covered by the safety that's deep. Every time Edelman caught an 8-yard pass, Bobby was there. The tackle receiver got 2 more yards and Bobby came downhill and tackled him. That shows you he was uncovered to begin with. And we were in this zone. We're paying all this money and we ain't even got these guys man-to-man across the board. No, don't get me wrong. It wasn't Bobby's fault. Bobby, that's the way the formation is designed. Bobby's back there. That's where he's supposed to be. But he's also, his assignment, anything that's coming across the deep middle, you're supposed to get. But they weren't running deep middle. They were running short middle. And we were already worried about the RPO, so the linebackers were sucked in. They don't have receivers. You don't have to worry about over the top. You can't have him deep. He can't be literally 10 feet behind the linebackers. This man need to be up there a shy behind them, about 3 feet behind them. Like he's deep in the box. It's crazy, man. Everyone will be talking a whole lot different. I don't know what he's talking about. Because Cam ran all day. That's only because our defensive alignment. Once again, we got a 4-man rush with and this is my point, y'all. We got a 4-man rush on a 7-man offensive line. That's my point. A 4-man rush on a 7-man offensive line with the RPO. Go look at the tape. That's the way that offenses are going in this league now with these mobile quarterbacks. 7-man offensive line, so the pass protection is locked down. And if you run the ball with a 4-man D-line, the O-line doubling everybody, and all it is, you just relying on the linebackers to not pick the right gap or get beat around the corner. It's becoming easy in this league when you got a 7-man line of scrimmage to run the ball, because these teams will not abandon the 4-man rush. In today's NFL, this is what successful defenses look like. 3 tackles, 2 defensive ends, man-to-man on the outside. That's what this age of defense is supposed to be. 3 tackles, 2 defensive ends, man-to-man on these wide receivers. Man-to-man on these wide receivers. Because all your little fancy zones and this and that and this, they ain't stopping the receivers anyway. The receivers out here still eating every week. All these other defense, ladies and gentlemen, they are not stopping these receivers anyway. So you might as well man-to-man and put more pressure in the box. And then for us to spend the money that we spent on the secondary, and I feel like we're not even utilizing it. Them guys supposed to be on an island. Show us their value. Because you're starting to make me feel like we overpaid. Or is it a coaching issue? Time will tell. Abdul said we are panicking too early. There's no panic here. We're just breaking down what we saw. And we look forward to seeing adjustments. That's not panic. That's not panic. We're just breaking down what we saw. Bro, we are going to be okay. All right. If we're going to be okay, tell me why we're going to be okay. Don't say, bro, we're going to be okay. Say, this is why we're going to be okay. Because we're going to do this, we're going to do that, we're going to do this, and then we're going to do that. You know why I'm asking you to be very detailed on why we're going to be okay? Because every year we say we're going to be okay. So now if you could tell me why we're going to be okay, and we come out next week and we don't do those things that we thought they should do because we're going to be okay? At what point is it okay to talk about what they're not doing? And what bad decisions are being made? At what point is it okay? Well, wait till we lose 7 games. Why? Why we can't talk about it now? The reason why I love talking about it now, because everybody loves to misdiagnose the issue. Half of our fan base literally sitting here telling us that Ryan Fitzpatrick wasn't the reason for what happened yesterday. I know there's other things that can be better on the team, but Ryan Fitzpatrick, the reason why we lost that game. With all our defensive errors, they scored 21 points, ladies and gentlemen. As bad as our defense was, they only scored 21 points. 16 teams in the NFL didn't score more than that. They only scored 21 points with how bad we looked. You take away 2 of those turnovers by Ryan Fitzpatrick, by the way, in enemy territory, there's a great chance that we would have won that game with all of our bad defensive play. You cannot turn the ball over 3 times and expect to win the game. You can struggle against stopping the run and still win a game. Man. Oh, boy. Let me see. Facts, TD, but it was extremely close to 28 after that fumble into the end zone. But you can't count that. You can't count what almost happened. All you can count is what happened, because that's the whole point of it. What you're basically saying is, yeah, but they could have had 28 if we didn't get that fumble in the end zone. That's the beauty of it. No matter, our defense struggled all the way down the field, but guess what? You can take away how bad we were down that field because of that turnover. See, that's the point. We want to talk about all the beautiful things that Cam did, right? And how they ran down our throat and they abused our defense. But guess what? That drive where we caused them to fumble out of the end zone, take away all of that because it didn't count. Because the defense showed up and turned the ball over after they drove the ball 80 yards. They drove the ball 80 yards down the field, and we gave up 80 yards in about 15 plays. But all of that was eliminated against the defense when they made a huge play. But you can't eliminate those interceptions. You can't eliminate those interceptions. You can't. I don't care if the team is on the 1 yard line and they drive all the way down 98 yards to the 1 and turn it over. None of that good drive mattered. They made a play that made all of that great execution irrelevant. That's what football is about. But you can't take away those interceptions because guess what? On those interceptions, 2 of those drives, we drove all the way down the field. One of them we drove from like the 15-yard line all the way to the 35 and Fitz threw a pick. Negated all of that good offensive movement because on those interceptions, we were moving the ball and they couldn't stop us. Those deep dig routes by Preston and Devontae, we were making all that execution, good halfback draws, running the ball, getting all the way down there, eliminated. We're trying to come back to end the game, and we drive all the way down the field, and he throw an interception in the end zone. Eliminated all of that success, all of that. So I don't care that if we didn't make them fumble, they would have had more. Irrelevant. We made them fumble. Just like they wiped out our success on offense moving down the field. They got picks. And Stephon Gilmore told you last Wednesday before the game, he said it last Wednesday, Fitz is going to give us a lot of opportunities to make plays on defense. What he go out there and do? It's sad when they tell you that. The man came out and told us Fitz is going to throw the ball even if the guy is covered. They're going to make some big plays, but what they're also going to do is give us a lot of opportunities to make plays against them. We'll take that any day. That's what he said. That's what he said. That's embarrassing, y'all. That is embarrassing for the defenders to say, oh, yeah, that quarterback is going to make plays. But he also going to give us opportunities to make plays. We'll take that all day. That's embarrassing. And then the game comes and he does exactly that. He makes plays and he gives them opportunities to make plays. And they took it. They took it. Shh. TD, what is your thoughts on Allen Robinson requesting a trade? He is only 27 and the top 5 receiver right now. Again, I would have to break down his whole situation, his contractual situation. I would have to do all of that. I would have to break down all of that. See if it would be a great fit. I haven't looked at his details, but I'll check it out. Bro, Josh Allen threw for like 360. Y'all dead. He also ran for like 160. We about to have the same situation coming to Miami. Same situation, and I hope they learn from their mistakes. These people are too scared to put their savior Tua out there, but yet they wanted us to cut and trade Rosen. This game would have felt so much better if Rosen played because he'd be learning. It's sad, man. It's sad. It's sad, bro. It's sad, man. Man. Miami is a embarrassing. You mean? Oh man, y'all don't. I mean, Dolphins fans shouldn't be down. Honestly, they shouldn't be down. They shouldn't be down on themselves at all. Dolphins fans should really not be down on themselves. We're gonna fix it. I don't care if Tua starts or Ryan Fitzpatrick starts. We're gonna have a better outing versus Buffalo. They needed their feet to get wet in that game. And I also like how Christian Wilkins produced. And our offensive line is very promising. So I think that we'll have a much better game against Buffalo. Time will tell, but I think that we'll be a lot more successful versus Buffalo, man. I really do. I don't think y'all need to worry about that, man. We aren't down. We've been, we will get better. Yeah, we know we're going to get better. But we had to realize what's happening. We have to be able to break down what's happening on that field. Like y'all think it's a game. Sometimes you can be at home breaking down film and recognize stuff, and wonder, are we, like, think about it. Say you're at home yourself and you're breaking down film and you're like, man, we got to be better in this specific area. I don't know which area. I'm just saying in general. It don't never make y'all think in y'all head, does the coaches see that too? See, we automatically say they've been around football for their whole lives. Of course, they see it, and I know they're coaching to it. But when we go out on the field and you're watching the game again, you're like, look at them. They're still not doing it. They're still not fixing it. Why are we even in that formation? Why are we even aligned that way whenever they're doing this? And you're like, and like, sometimes it makes you like, who am I to question somebody who's been doing it their whole life? But gosh, common sense sometimes. Common sense. Because believe it or not, coaches get it wrong too. That's why they're always getting hired and fired. Sometimes they're so stubborn, they're like, just run what I'm trying to do, and it'll all work out at the end of the day. Some of them just aren't as creative. Coordinators and stuff. They're just not. They don't really care about the small detailed nuances of the game. They just want you to run their system and be where you're supposed to be. It's crazy to me. It was like something as simple as that play that I saw y'all on that I showed y'all with Gesicki. Had the cornerback on the outside of him, but his route is a go route. Are you coaching your quarterback to say, hey, are you noticing Gesicki's lined out wide, and that's your primary guy you want to go to, but the corner is playing him on the outside, so it's going to be harder for him to get separation on the go route? Are you coaching that, or are you just saying, hey, go out there and make a play? We'll always say, well, I'm sure they are, but are they? Because we see like certain behaviors get repeated. Some of these behaviors get repeated, and you're like, just like Matt Burke that year. Gosh, why are you running this wide 9? And they keep killing you in this zone, but you're staying in it. But he's a coach. He's been around the game his whole life. Maybe he knows something I don't. Then you just get sick of it. Even if he know what I don't, it ain't working for him. So obviously he wrong. So when people like trust the process, have faith in this and that and this, that don't make them right. That don't make him right. And another misconception. People are out here now trying to have this little narrative, which is totally false, that Flores made no adjustments. Y'all some liars. You're trying to start to defame the coach. Flores, I saw when I watched the film, adjusted over 4 to 5 times in that game. The problem is, every time he adjusted and we stopped what they were doing once, they switched it, and now he had to adjust to what they switched to. It was a chess game between him and Belichick. The problem is, Belichick's team got out of the gate, and we were like, oh, they're going to hit us with this all day. They're already ahead. So when we started adjusting, it was like, okay, let's go into this now. And they said they ran their plays. We made a few stops, and they were like, they're going into this now. Now we're going to do this to counter that. And they would do that, and we would get hit by it. And Flores would be like, okay, we'll adjust to this. And they'll start saying, all right, let's go back to what we were doing before. I saw it in the game. I saw the chess match. But we already started behind. So if you start behind against Belichick, his reputation, he's going to beat it. He's going to beat you. He's going to beat you. The problem is we didn't start out with the advantage. We have to have something working starting out the game, which takes good execution. And I'm going to be honest, with Chan Gainey's offense, we had something that worked, but Fitz kept ignoring it. The whole game, we had open receivers coming across the middle of the field. The whole game. And I think New England's game plan was to try to stop those big receivers on the outside on the comeback routes and the dig routes and the end routes, because the middle of the field was open the whole game, and Fitz kept ignoring it. And that was where we would stick them while they're sticking us and making a competitive back and forth game as they switch back and forth. But our quarterback didn't help our coach actually take advantage of our advantage. Don't say Flores got out coached, because the truth is Fitzpatrick can't execute what the coaches gave him. Flores was making adjustments. I saw him. I was on the live stream. Y'all remember I was like, man, we got to get out of this four-man rush. We got to send pressure and put 5 on the line. The very next drive, we put 5 on the line. That was the first time when Cam ran to the right and he said, oh, no, I don't want none of this, and he dove. Y'all remember when he just dropped to the ground and nobody touched him? I remember because I called it on that play. I said, oh, okay, now we're lined up right. Now we're in alignment where we can contain the quarterback. And Cam Newton hiked the ball on third down, and he tried to take off. Jerome Baker was coming around. He dove to the ground. He said, okay, they got this one. I saw the adjustments. I saw the corrections. I saw it throughout the game. But once again, every time we made the adjustment, they switched back to what they were doing before. They got a few plays that worked. We made the adjustment. They switched back. But we never put them on their heels like that until later in the game. And then we still kept coughing it up. But early in the game, Fitz kept missing our opportunity to take an advantage and put them on their heels to where they needed to adjust. He kept missing those opportunities. You put us behind. You put us in a bad situation, man. It's terrible, man. It was driving me crazy watching that film of Fitz. Driving me crazy. I can see the go route, but if I need the team 9 yards, that's I don't know what he's saying. But in the same time, this team lacking talent at defensive end, period, need to draft some. Let's see. Oh, it went too fast. Need to draft some in next year's draft, 2 number 1 picks. It's going to happen, Logo. What you have to understand is bringing in Lawson and those guys, remember, the writing is on the wall. They got 2 years deals and only one of them guaranteed. You got to remember the contracts that we signed. Almost every free agent we brought in was on a 2-year deal except Byron and Van Noy, if I'm not mistaken. All of them 2-year, and if you look at their guaranteed money, we can cut ties next year easily if we choose to. We made the perfect deals. So I'm good with where we are. As we continue to evaluate players, we'll continue to improve the position as time goes. We are predictable because of personnel. Let me see. New World with the donation. Trolling said Bills by 30. Okay, we're going to see. We're going to see. This is going to be a good one, though. But we do have to bring more stability back into the AFC East and try to get this win. We have to, man. Fitz didn't help by making bad decisions despite having lots of time in a clean pocket. Disappointing. Listen, guys, do y'all know how huge it is every time he missed Devontae Parker? No, not Devontae Parker. Every time he missed Jakeem Grant and Isaiah Ford wide open coming across the middle with nobody around them, literally look like they're about to get 20 yards of yards at the catch. Do you know how disappointing that is to miss guys like that and make a terrible decision? You throw it into double coverage. When you get in with no pressure, a clean pocket. Like, think about it. Say you were in the NFL and you were Jakeem Grant and you're running routes and you're seeing that you're wide open on multiple occasions. How do you feel in that locker room? How do you feel in that locker room? I mean, if you're smart, you shouldn't worry about it because you should know. Well, it's a catch-22. You shouldn't worry about it because you should know that the coaches will catch that on film and not make it seem like no. Because everybody after the game, with their game time eyes that can't see nothing, including myself, you don't see everything real time. You got to watch the film. Everybody started this fake narrative talking about receivers got no separation. When Devontae, they even wrote articles. Go on there. Go 2 days ago on all the articles read. When Devontae Parker went down, the Miami Dolphins receivers couldn't get it done. They couldn't run any. They couldn't get any separations. They couldn't get any separation. All that was a lie. When you go watch film, he had many opportunities. Many opportunities, man. That's the crazy thing. Too many opportunities. And he blew him. He blew him, man. He blew him. And I'm telling y'all, those opportunities alone could have got us a victory. Could have got us a victory, man. One moment, man. I'm trying to pull something up real quick. Y'all give me a second, man. I need to put this in the comment section real quick. All right, give me 1 second. I'm about to put a link in the comment section. All right, I'm putting a link in the comment section, man. I want y'all to do me a favor. I want y'all to check my homeboy out, man. I'm putting a link in the comment section. I want y'all to click on that link. If y'all could do me a huge favor real quick. We got over 300 people watching right now, man. Y'all got to go check this channel out, man. Y'all got to go check it out. Complete Sports, y'all. Y'all make sure y'all subscribe to this channel. I watched this video yesterday, man. I just sent you the link to the video, by the way. Bruce Arians going in on Tom Brady, man. Bruce Arians basically going in on Tom Brady. Is the Tom Brady era over? Is the Tom Brady era over? I'm probably going to talk about that later, man. But I think Tom might be all right. But this video had me interested on the first coach that probably spoke up about Tom Brady. But y'all go check it out. Y'all subscribe to Complete Sports. It's my boy, man. Y'all go show some love. I told him I was going to show some love on my channel. So let me put it in the link one more time. So y'all can help me out. Go show some love so that I can. Let me see. Oh, there it is. If you get a chance, go over there right now. I think y'all putting, if you're a mod, don't put another link because I think you're putting the wrong link. I'm putting it in right now. I'm putting the link in right now. The link to the channel. It might be a link to the video on the channel. So once you go to that video, you'll be able to subscribe to the channel as well. I'll do that topic tonight. All right, Mace. Hit me up, Mace, so we can do a collab, man. The reports were confirmed to be false. Man, the reports ain't false, man. They looking to trade this man. This dated back to last year. They had this man on the trade block last year having conversations with a few contending teams. They can come out now and try to say that it ain't true, but it's true. They sitting there fielding offers. They just don't want him to get upset and start not producing any less than he already is. They've been looking to see if they have a trade opportunity. His production ain't $17, $18 million a year. TD stop cams wrong. What do you mean? What do you mean? Odell on the block. No question, man. Now they could come out now and try to start saying, oh, well, that's not true. You know, we love Odell. Yeah, whatever. You listening, you taking calls. They definitely taking calls on Odell. They definitely taking calls on Odell. All right. Let's see here. All right, y'all, but I'm about to end this stream anyway, man. But hey, like I said, y'all help me out. I'm putting the link in the comment section. Y'all go show my boy some love, man. Y'all go subscribe to Complete Sports. Y'all do that. I told him I was going to show love and give him a shout out on the channel. So y'all go show some love, man, and subscribe to Complete Sports. I want to try to help him to get to 1,100 subscribers. I think he's at 1,030 right now. I said I was going to do my best to try to help him get to 1,100 subscribers. So if y'all like all football stuff, this channel is about to pick up with more and more and more news, man. So y'all go check it out. Here's the last time I'm putting the link in the comment section, and it'll also be a part of the video as well. This is TDPHINSTALK, home of the real Miami Dolphin fans. I'm out of here, man. I'll be back soon with another one, talking to y'all about a few more things that happened this weekend. Then we're going to look forward towards the Buffalo Bills and what's to come. Thank y'all for y'all love and support. I'm not going to end it yet because I'm going to give y'all a few seconds to click on the link just in case you ain't see it. Giving you a few seconds to click on the link so you can go subscribe to Complete Sports, man. Let me see if anybody went over and checked my boy out, man. All right, people starting to come over now. I see them. Let me see. Yeah, follow the link that I sent you because I see another Complete Sports out of Nigeria. That's not the one, man. I see another one out of Nigeria. It's the one that actually has the football, basketball, and soccer ball on it. So y'all go check it out. Let me put the link one more time. All right, y'all. It's your boy TD, man. Love y'all. I'll see y'all later. Peace. I'm out.